stuff too. So just
I got the text up
pin
there.
something in the chat.
All right. Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching America First. My name is Nope. I just felt like that because I started late. So, what's up, everybody? Hopefully this is working. I always have trouble with these things, you know? One of these days I'll get live streaming down. But today, we will be doing live face readings. The twist is that I will be doing couples compatibility. It's springtime. Love is in the air. Yes, I missed Valentine's Day for this, but that's okay. We don't mind. We're fine with that. And I'm in the dark because my my Chinese ring light broke, my second one, so I don't have a fill light. But that's okay. That's fine. We like that. And yeah, let me just get the little chat pop-up set up, and then we'll get going. We will commence cooking. Here we go. What's up? Hello. Ibn Ali Northcutt. That's true. Let me make this a little smaller. You don't need to see this much of my big old head on here. And there we go. It's fine. Azerbaijan Gaming 9790. Hello. Greetings from Azerbaijan. I don't know, do we like Azerbaijan? Azerbaijan is allied with Israel. It's the
Azerbaijan is cooked.
Yeah. It's there was a proxy war. It was Azerbaijan versus Armenia, and then Israel was backing Azerbaijan, and Iran was backing Armenia. So it was the war of the noses. Anyways, boo, no free readings. Yeah, all right. So you can see it up here. I have it up there. $20 standard for a single reading. Full face reading, whatever you want. $30 for a couples reading. So that's a discount, right? A pretty big discount. And that's for you and someone you love. And then $5 super chat, you get a chat read. If you don't want to send a super chat, if that's not going to work for you, then you can just pay on PayPal, which is the same email, admin@prosopainsights.com. I'm actually going to go ahead and what I'm going to do, I'm going to get some stuff done right off the bat before we start. Get this set up. So, first thing I want to say is that I have merch now. You can get official Prosopa Insights merch. This is the new frontier in autistic merch. Listen, you guys are chuds. Sam Hyde has merch. Nick Fuentes has merch. Everyone's got merch. We got to have merch now. I like this one. This is the best one because it wasn't designed by me. This was designed by a Mexican for my Discord server. So, but this one's really dope. People have been buying a lot of these. This one is quirky, quirked up. So, they get up to 5XL. So, if you're Chungus mode, you can wear these. It's fine. Good morning. Got my face reading. Very interesting. Yeah, the face readings are great. we have this this sweatshirt I just added last night, so it's the same design. It has a skull on the back. Got my slogan. This one is fun. This is my favorite. There we go. White, ever dream this man? And yeah, if any girlies want to cop the pink 3XL, if that's your size, hit me up. No, joke. Married man.
Hey,
It's too funny though.
it's too funny.
But yeah. Anyways, that's the main thing. And until people start filtering in more, I am going to. Abram's here. But Abram, did we introduce you?
No,
What's up? Say something, Abram.
I'm here. I'm in the car, so if my audio is really bad, that's why. There's also a dog in the car.
What breed?
It's a German Shepherd. It's a German Shepherd.
Nice. A rubber room. Well, until we get some people paying for the live readings, we can look through some old books. We can look through the principles of compatibility in physiology.
I was saying act some of that movie.
What were you going to say?
Like, I said we could like reenact the movie, the B movie or something.
Reenact the B movie? Bro is stuck in 2016.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2016 was a good year.
2016 was a legendary year, but you know it's funny. 2016 was the first year that they started doing the every year is the worst year ever. Every year is bad thing. That was the first year they did that. They were like 2016 worst year ever. I'm going to show this off. So this is, I discovered this. This is Frankie Muniz from Malcolm in the Middle. And so he's melancholic. Oh yeah, how do you submit your face? It's up here. You email me the pictures and pay in a super chat. I have super chats on, right? I guess all the rich people are asleep right now. But we just started. Anyways, melancholic man, sanguine girlfriend. Look at that jawline, that chin, forehead. So this is great compatibility here. You really want to get melancholic with sanguine. The melancholic's going to be really pessimistic, dour, sad, nervous. But the sanguine's going to be really positive, optimistic, outgoing, and they're going to balance out each other's energy. So it's a good celebrity example. Not so good example. Whoa. Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. Angelina Jolie's probably mostly sanguine. Brad Pitt's more choleric. So on that front, they're not super incompatible, but...
I remember...
Speak.
Dr. Resnick really thought they would... Dr. Resnick thought they were super compatible based on their face, but I guess he wasn't really looking at the...
Well, no, that's what I'm getting at, is that when you look at the face shape... now, he says they're both Mars. Jennifer LaMonica says that Brad Pitt is a Pluto face, which I could see. Hexagonal jaw, Pluto, Mars, kind of ambiguous. She's a very clear, pure Mars. But in either case, two Mars, very bad, because Marses are too fickle and crazy. And But yeah, we've got a chat. Love the work, man. Keep it up. Think Claudia Romeo would be a great example of a pure female sanguine to cover. Thank you. I'm trying to find female sanguines, but the problem is they're subtle because women have more neotness features. Ooh. She is, she looks very sweet. You seeing this, Abram? I don't know. Can you see?
I can now. I'm lagging a little bit, but yeah.
This looks like your kind of woman.
Well, I don't know.
Maybe I'm just saying.
She might be too much for me.
True. You can't handle all that. Splendid. We did get some PayPal monies from somebody. It's actually a previous client, but he needs to send me the pictures, and then we'll see. He paid via PayPal, which PayPal is actually preferred because YouTube takes a chunk from the super chats. But I know that super chats are easier for a lot of people. The Larold. What's up, Larold? The old Larold, genius astrologer in the Discord chat.
Also, I said before, he has the highest gem to coal ratio.
That's true. When Larold posts, I listen. You know, a lot of the other people in the Discord,
yes,
they have some crud. Sierra's pretty good. Very good. Other than being a dispensationalist. But yeah. So she, sanguine woman, Claudia Romeo. That's good. Let's, while we're waiting, let's look through some books. Let's read. So this is Vought's Practical Character Reader. This is Harrison right here. This is my former friend of mine, Harrison Kincaid. And Constitutional Laziness. Ain't that the truth? Superstition. So, Thomas Matthew Crooks, Physiognomy. Have I? I don't know. But yeah, this is Phrenology, so it's like the bumps on the skull.
When you talked about the mass shooters in
the Tyler Robinson, the mass shooter chin.
Oh, right. No, yeah, right.
So,
yep.
This one is better. So, this book gives you examples of like a sympathetic, you know, different faculties on a face. So it's like Andrew Jackson, rectitudinous large. So, Nigel Farage, Rupert Lowe. I have not yet. This is a good source. I pulled some stuff from this for my face reading cards. Should I show the? I might show them. I don't know. Anyways, yeah. Just reminder, I got the merch now. Come get them. I'll put the link in the chat. We'll do Thomas Matthew Crooks. Is that him? Holy sanguine. So yeah, it is really clear. I would say pure Mercury. So sensitive, witty, quick. Just intense, very strong intellect, fiery emotions, but short nose, so action oriented. He wants to do rather than just think. Wide set eyes, so he's bad with details, big picture person. What else do we got? That's the big picture stuff for me. Pure Mercury face, very wide nose, or very short nose, very wide set eyes. So big picture, bad with details, action oriented, highly emotional, and sensitive. I don't know. I need to find like what the source for this picture is, because you never know if it's like an AI construct. So if this is it, then he'd be like a pure sanguine Mercury, which would be very weird and rare. What is my ethnic background? My ethnic background is Anglo, just Anglo, nothing else. More like a little German, a little Irish, but culturally and everything else, it's just Anglo. Yeah. Where everybody at? Where the rich people at? Here we go. Okay. Ethiopian brother wanted me to read NBA Youngboy. We'll do that. First paid reading, it's here. Let me download these images he sent me. I got monies, but not brave. Well, it doesn't have to be your face. You can send me a picture of your, I don't know, send me a picture of your boss, your coworker, your hot English teacher. But no creep shots, nothing weird. Just, you know, like a publicly available Facebook profile picture. I'm fine with that. That works ethically. You know, they put that out there and it's publicly accessible. Hidden talent for smooth talking. Yes, all facial feature abilities. Abdul Rahman, yes. All facial feature abilities must be cultivated and they must be brought out of the person. So we're going to start. Is there a chance for me to one day do Chris Chan? Probably. That'd be good. I need to see opening up the lolcow audience. Ladies love the lolcow stuff. Your physiognomy can definitely change over time. First paid reading. Enough with this chat stuff. First paid reading. NBA Youngboy. This guy is a... I believe this gentleman is a classically trained Italian opera singer.
He's definitely Italian.
Yeah. Yeah, look at this Guido right here. Hey, are you talking to me? Let's start with the side profile. Whether he's a pure melancholic or not, there's a strong bow of melancholy. Very strong. Probably still mostly choleric, I think. So he'd still be long-term thinker and actor, pretty serious work focused. But you just look at the bent on the side profile and it's very significant. So there's a ton of sensitivity here. And look at the interface. The interface is huge. So this guy is very sensitive, highly receptive, very stress susceptible. Might fly off the handle. And look at the lower lip there. Huge lower lip, even proportional to his phenotype. especially relative to his upper lip. So very in his feelings. I call that a poet's lip. Very in his own emotions. Small ears, so he's easily influenced. I don't think he would be the most original artist. Like, I don't think I've never heard an NBA YoungBoy song. I probably have, but I don't know I wouldn't know what it is. I would wager it's probably not super original. Trend follower. Let's see. Pointy ears there, so that's a mercurial trait. So he's a bit of a trickster's streak. Little mischievous, crazy goblin. He's so crazy. And look at the nose. Especially, people say, oh, he's very Sudanid phenotype. But his nose is really long here. So relative to that like African phenotype. So he is going to be very thought focused. This is the opposite of Thomas Matthew Crooks. Thomas Matthew Crooks, he was white, but he had a really short nose. So he was super action oriented. He was like, I just want to do something. NBA YoungBoy, he's African American, but he has a super long nose. Even if he was a white guy, this would be counted as a long nose. So that's a super long nose for a black guy. And so he's very thoughtful, very patient, very introverted. I don't know if necessarily introverted would be it, but yeah, deep thinker, patient. Yeah, great physiognomy for an artist, honestly. Like, I'm not a rap guy, and look, high set eyebrows, high standards, haughty, maybe a little arrogant, and I think mostly a Venus face shape. So he is he's going to be very romantic, very interested in aesthetics, relationships. This guy is definitely like a hopeless romantic. Like, this guy gets his heart broken by girls. Huge lower lip, Venus face, kind of a melancholic thing going there. And easily influenced, dependent on relationships with those close set ears. Yeah, totally heartbroken chud. And yeah, interesting. Great physiognomy. Not it's not a gangsta physiognomy, right? You might not want to hear this, but this is like very much sensitive little artist. This is like, the superficial stuff aside, like the face tats and the bruises on his forehead and the rapper stuff. If you just took the facial features, this could be like a French poet. There's some parallels with Franz Kafka. So yeah, Alain Delon is not a sensitive young man. Sensitive young man has become a totally meaningless, empty signifier. People who are descended from Africans can be sensitive. They're actually a lot of times more sensitive. You ever step on a black guy's shoes? I have not, which is why I'm still alive. But that's real. Like, any black guys in the audience, like, there's a culture of more reactivity within that community, and this guy plays into that. So, who is next? Let's see. I got someone else someone else PayPal'd me. All right. There we go. All right. Let's go. Okay. So this gentleman, kudos for being brave, setting your face. Side profile, very sloping forehead, very slanted. So he's very quick, reactive thinker, not a long-term thinker or planner. So hard to tell if he's holding his head down or I think he's holding his head down. So this guy's probably, the angling is weird, like his mouth is hanging open, so that's going to push the jaw back a bit. He's unmewing. The general impression I'd say would probably might be melancholic. I'll just call it melancholic, honestly. I don't think there's enough chin and jaw mass there to call it sanguine. I was going to call it sanguine because it looked a little more robust, but melancholic, quick, nervous, reactive, thinks, plans, and acts in the short term, works in very quick, intense bursts of energy. This guy would make a great ideas guy, great creator, artist, musician. Very, very sensitive, very easily overwhelmed by stress. Very intellectual, though. Look at his earlobes. They're tiny, practically non-existent. Little small earlobes like that means that someone is disinterested in material pursuits, material pleasure. Eyes look like they're kind of bulging out. I'd say he looks Nordic descent, Nordic phenotype, so they're going to by default be a little more deep set. So he speaks off the cuff more. Here's an interesting thing. So upper eyelid. So this one is mirrored. This one is reversed. So you look at his left eyelid, his right eyelid, it's thinner. His left eyelid is fuller. So when that happens, the thinner right eyelid means that you don't care too much to learn about other people. Fuller left eyelid means you want to open up to other people and be very open and tell all your secrets, which makes sense that he's sharing his face. So that's it. And then the reverse is true too. So if someone has a thinner left upper eyelid and a fuller right upper eyelid, they want to learn all about other people. They want to get like intimate and get secrets and stuff from other people. They don't want to expose themselves to that vulnerability. And long eyebrows, very long eyebrows. So this guy is a planner. He likes to plan ahead. He likes to be premeditated. Interesting synthesis with that more melancholic side profile. You wonder how that plays out. I would say probably like neurotic planning ahead. But yeah. Pretty deep philtrum, so good, strong energy, stamina. Nose decently long, not super long for his phenotype, so kind of a balance between thinking and action, and very straight, so very rational, cool-headed. That little turn of the nose, though, it is upturned, so he is a bit impatient. So it's a weird, like a lot of paradoxes here. The underlying energy is very quick and reactive. He likes to plan ahead, like he likes to try to think ahead and plan things out, but he has this urge for quick action and reaction. I guess it's more the thing, like in practice, he's very reactive and he can fly off the handle on people, get overwhelmed. But when he's sitting down and calm down, he wants to plan ahead. But yeah, that's it. I'm just oh, and curved eyebrows too. So makes decisions based on consensus people around him. Here's a crease. It's on his left side, so this is a personal life frustration or worry. You look at divorcees, and they always have this. And blah, blah, blah. Last thing is the eyebrows are kind of droopy, so paranoid, doubtful, fearful. I would watch out for schizophrenia if I was this guy. Hello, Mia. Another former client. So yeah, this is that. Sierra, is that you? All right. Let's see who else we've got. Um, cool. Hold on, I'm working with Ron now. I'm cooking. You want to do a reading? Your beard is too bushy. No, I can read around the beard. There's still a lot you can get from a face with a beard. It's not like bearded people are, anonymous or anything. No, yeah, I can do a reading if you have a beard. All right, so Mrs. Maiden, who emailed me a couple minutes ago about your parents. Those aren't the highest quality photos, but I can work with it. There's a lot I can tell from those. They've got the right angles. 100 Roan. Romanian nuts. I don't know how much that is from our best friend. I don't know how much that is in human money, though.
Our best friend, our young friend.
It is $20. All right, all right.
Why is it all sticky also?
Okay. Let's see. The old Thomas 7.
Wait, is the competition over? Or this round of the competition?
G is like 70-80% done. I don't know. He's been dragging his feet. His past time, anyways. It's been 48 hours, I think. Anyways, the old Thomas 7, my man. This is why I have all the pins on the jacket. I got Ulster, Palestine, America, Alabama, and Episcopal cross shield. This guy, mostly Mars face here, so aggressive, combative, has some gregariousness and charm, but very confident. Very small eyes, small beady eyes, so very untrusting, very cynical. On the left side, you see a lot of hurt in that eye, a lot of pain. And you see the droopy eyebrows, so there's some paranoia there. Downturned corners of the mouth, very pessimistic, very thin lower lip. And that means that he's out of touch with his own inner self, with his own wants, feelings, morals, and desires. I'm the same way. The funny thing with this, and I don't like to get too into the astrology stuff, but it's an interesting coincidence I noticed. Me, this guy, my dad, and Chris Gabriel's co-host Blair, we're all Virgos, and we all have the thin lower lip. And Virgo is supposed to be like very other-directed and very servile. And you also see big earlobes, so there's some materialism here, which is interesting. But yeah, this guy's kind of out of touch with his self, with his own desires, better at communicating with others. And then, so this guy, more Saturnian. The Saturnian energy is very strong. Looks to be hard to tell because we don't have any solid side profiles, but I think mostly choleric. So choleric, Mars face, seems to have gotten more Saturnian over time. Out of touch with his own feelings, very reserved. Lots of intellect here, like a huge forehead, very deep set eyes. Lots of intellect, but very reserved, held back, hesitant to speak, but kind of out of touch with his own own feelings, his own inner world. So, but yeah, that's Thomas 7. Stubborn eyebrows too. It's one more thing. And decently long nose. Looks Celtic Norded. Kevo Hoeni is still Keva Owen. White blood, judging a black man. I'm judging an individual. I'll judge men of any color. I'll judge white men, black men, Bantus, Khoisan, Pygmies. So I want people to pay for me to read more black celebrities. You can't win with anyone. You can't win with people. You do all white people, people say you're racist. You're not doing any black people. You analyze a black celebrity, people get mad. They say you're racist. They say you're judging a black man. Whatever, man. I gave up years ago. Hey, our first couples reading. Here we go. All right, this is for this lady's parents. All right, so these are kind of low-res, old pictures. But we're going to get them. All right, so we've got a classic Central European couple, French or German, probably. The man is clearly Alpinid, woman is clearly Norded. This is a classic combo where, first off, interface size, that's what stands out to me the most. Man's interface, very small, and so he's very stress resistant, very detached. The woman's interface is huge, so she is super sensitive, super susceptible to stress. So he's going to be very detached, very gruff, very and she's going to be super sensitive. I like it already because it's opposites attract. It's the beauty of opposites attract. So she's sensitive, he's insensitive. He has very deep set eyes and a very small mouth, so he's very reserved. He's going to be very reserved, introverted, keep to himself, not speak too much. She clarified in the email, said he had a thick lower lip, so he's going to be very in his feelings. He's not going to be detached or servile in that Virgoan kind of way. She has protruding eyes and a big, huge, wide smile. So, she is going to be very extroverted, very socially oriented, just bubbly. So when they meet new people, right, or when they're at an event, she's going to be the one, and this is kind of common for men and women, she's going to be going and talking with everyone, being super chatty and bubbly, and then he's going to be very quiet, and reserved and gruff, and blah, blah, blah. The way his eyebrows swoop in could be kind of critical, competitive, a little controlling. Her eyebrows are more curved, which means she's more consensus-oriented. What's interesting, they both have low-set brows. So yeah, what they say is that so those low-set brows, neither of them have super high standards. So actually, this is one man-woman dynamic that's not present here, is that they both make decisions pretty quickly. They can both look at things and judge pretty quickly. I like this, I don't like this, I want this, I don't want this, and then move on. And because of that, they're not super haughty, they don't have super high standards, and they are able to they're very approachable. People with the low set eyes, they're more approachable than people with the high set eyes who are very haughty. I think I see, very subtly, I think I see kind of a gummy smile on her, and with those big teeth, so she Very much gets what she wants. And then, look at that positive canthal tilt in the left eye. Very strong, aggressive left side on her. And then her right side is much more kind of passive and open and cheery. And so the gummy smile means that insecure about lovability. And then, so yeah, I would actually suspect that when they were dating, she pursued him. That's what I think would be more likely, is that she came to him and initiated the conversation. And it's an older picture, older people, so maybe more old-fashioned. He was still expected to fully initiate. But, yeah, and I think she has a Neptune face shape, so more spiritual, abstract, sensitive, very creative, very inventive, very artistic. He is could be Earth, Mars. I see some Moon, but there's enough squareness that, I could just call it Earth. So this really is like opposite ends of the spectrum, where you have Neptune and Earth. It's like Earth is the most practical face shape. Neptune is the least practical face shape. And, and they're together. But I do think he has some Moon in there, which is like a moderating element. So probably a guy who wants to work with his hands, be very practical, hands-on. Hard to tell too much from here. He looks kind of choleric from the body type. She looks a little more melancholic. So, yeah, but I think that's that for that one. So good opposites attract dynamic there. The quiet, reserved, earthy pragmatist with the bubbly, outgoing, outspoken, sensitive, Neptunian artist. Very cute, very sweet. Terry Fell sent money to the PayPal.
Hey, somebody is complaining. I think they're just complaining about you having top chat on the instead of live chat window.
Oh,
I don't know if you want to change that or not. It probably doesn't matter because we're doing $5 chat read, but just asking about that.
There we go. Well, it looks the same. Oh, torture. Okay, I didn't see torture room. There we go. Okay. Whoa, people are sending money now. Hello, thank you. All right. We got Terry Fell and Ashley. Ashley is Ashley, I think Ashley, when I hear the name Ashley, I think of like a hot professor. I don't know if you feel the same way, Abram, but when I hear Ashleen, I think that.
Oh, yeah. Hey, gosh. When I think of Ashley, I think of somebody who changes their name to Ash. When they get older. Because I think I've met multiple people that have done that.
Interesting. But yeah, here he is. The GOAT, gayest of all time. Look at her brows. That's crazy. Huge mouth too, huge teeth. I just looked this up randomly. I was like, did he have a wife? Wow. This is interesting, knowing what we know now about Diddy. Look at his gummy smile, lack of lovability. Dead girlfriend Kim Porter. She died? Did he kill her? Died from pneumonia. Yeah, that's what they want you to know. It's interesting. So she seems super aggressive and dominant in this relationship. And then he seems like much more of the passive partner. Look at that left eye, very detached. Like his right eye is very focused, his left eye is very detached. His left eye looks like straight up stupid. It looks duh. But his right eye is like very laser focused. But she looks straight up scary. Like big, mean, B-word, Kiyo car. Hey, some guys like him crazy. Couldn't be me. I've never fallen in love with a crazy woman before. So. Are you gonna read Kyson hat face when you ain't black? They do look. I was making a new. Well, because these guys are Paleo African, Ned. They're both. Kyson hat is P. Diddy's son. That's true, actually. Let's see if we got the images yet. No images yet. The people have been paying, but they aren't sending the. I'm going to show off my work. Some of what I've been doing. Check it. African American phenotypes. Be going at it. Anyways, yeah, this is expanded more on the Bear Jew type. I renamed it to Shtetelid. So this is like Fiddler on the Roof, rural peasant Jew. Very particular look. Moldbug is this. And see, this is like a big loud crass Jews. And then and I was trying to figure out like African American phenotypes, but I don't know. I mean, it might not be like I had this robust Africanid type that I think, you know, I showed this to my wife and she was just like, I think this is just Mars faces. And now one type that is very, you have the Orid type, the big head, light skin, very Caribbean. When pics to your website, how do you send the pics to my website? I don't have a picture upload thing on my website. Email the pictures. Email the pictures to me. But yeah, Dre. So, yeah, like this one, Cuba Gooding Jr. and Terrence Howard, like, this is the same species of human. This is a New World exclusive. And, this guy's being weird. But yeah, that's thank you, Mia. Yeah, it is written in the top left corner. How to proceed. Why are you insulting people of color, though? Who's insulting? I'm analyzing the golden race, which is the Asiatic black man, the original human being of Adam and Eve. Reload my email. Dude, I hope they didn't email it to me and then it just didn't load. Still no pictures. Dadgum. Checking my spam and everything. It's not there. Your forehead reminds me of Nietzsche. That's true. It's very Nietzschean. Let's see. What celebrity couple should I do while I wait for these images to go through, or people go through it. Will Smith, yeah, and Jada Pinkett Smith. So what I see here, first off, in the eyes, he has very wide set eyes. She has more close set eyes. So he's big picture. He's tolerant. He's like, hey, no big deal. Let it slide. And then she's like very nitpicky and detail focused. And look at her left eyebrow swoops in like this. Very critical. Although her eyebrows are mostly curved, I think they both have curved eyebrows mostly. So they both tend to defer to consensus. And look at her ears. Her ears are so high set. Looks like an elf. Yes, Rhodium Maiden, give me feedback in email. Super high set ears on her, so very quick thinker. She does look Egyptian. She looks like Nefertiti. A little more impatient in the nose there. And his ears bulge in the middle third, so he's very socially oriented. Just very friendly, giving, generous, gregarious. She is much more harsh, winnowing. And we know all this stuff from the celebrities, the behavior. But yeah, just look at those elf ears. That is that's crazy. And he has the more high set eyebrows. She has more low set eyebrows. So typically it's the other way around with a man and woman. So she's very decisive. She's very quick to judge. He's much more, especially like wide set eyes with high set eyebrows. He's like, hey, let's sit and think about it. And I want to take my time before I make a decision, before I make a judgment call on something. He's very slow to decide. She's very quick to decide, quick to judge. And I never noticed her ears before. That's crazy. She's an elf. Will looks native, in my opinion. Probably is a little bit. Like most black people, they get a little bit of Cherokee. Around here, we get Choctaw mixed people. Before I move on, I'm going to check email again. Here we go. There we are. All right. Hold on. I've got a paid reading here. And then we'll get back to the celebrity couples.
Someone suggested Macron, his wife,
Mm,
the next celebrity meeting. I think that would be an interesting one.
that would be.
And also, a couple of people said Mike Tyson.
Swag. Yeah, Mike Tyson would be good. He might be good to just do a video on. Fascinating figure. You ever hear Werner Herzog talk about Mike Tyson? It's a interesting guy. All right, paid reading. We got both the pictures from our different paid readings. So, let's see. This first one. Mm. Very wise face. Looks mostly... I want to say, I mean, the jawline is obscured by flesh. That happens with age. I want to say choleric. Serious, long-term thinker, planner. Kind of has a commanding streak. Big thinker, very intellectual. High forehead. And look at all the lines in the forehead. That may be the most well-lined forehead I've ever seen. So this person has put in a lot of intellectual effort over the years. This is a big reader. Wider set eyes, somewhat. Oh, no, that could be just the camera distortion. I'm not going to make a judgment call on whether big or small inner face. You've got these Fa Ling lines, which stand for purpose and spiritual strength, commandability. She found her purpose. These ones here that go down here, I've heard those can stand for despair or depression. So that might not be the best. Like when they loop all the way down there. Very full lower lips, very passionate. I think, yeah, worry. Someone said worry. I think that's true. Some worry, fretfulness. Face shape, I think, is a Neptune, actually. This is a really good, I would say, just classic Neptune example, where Neptune, a lot of times it's not as rounded as Sun or Moon. It's more like a capsule pill shape. It's kind of between like an oval and a long rectangle. And she has this in spades. So super spiritual, super independent, self-determined sense of morality, of right and wrong. Ayo. Thanks for the super chat. More of a negative canthal tilt, especially in that right eye. So, but overall, yeah, it's there. So more people-pleasing, conciliatory, very giving person. Gives and gives and gives. May not feel adequate taking back. And eyes are not super deep set. They protrude a bit. So there's a desire to be outspoken, to speak and be heard, speak her mind. And straight nose, so still pretty rational, level-headed. So, very intellectual. Like I said at the beginning, this is the face of a big reader. I'm sure this person reads a ton and is like constantly learning and studying new stuff. But there's some sadness here, some wear and tear that you get over life. But a lot of sensitivity and passion. So, not a face that's like hard to ignore face. Some faces you see that's a very ordinary person. There's nothing wrong with that, right? Just how someone is. This face is not one of those. Very unique. So, yeah, wise, big reader. Like I said at the start. But yeah, Neptunian, choleric Neptunian, it's the big picture with that. Let's go to our next thing. This is a couples reading that we've got here. And Abram, I think this person did shorten their name to Ash.
Every single time.
Every single time. Every Berg Singlewitz Timestein. All right. All right. Couples reading. Now, I don't know if these pictures were corrupted or what. Or if they like cropped out his nipples, or I don't know. We've got two blokes here, both Celtic Nordic, race matched. Some would say some would like to see that. Some people like to see that. Others would would want hybrid vigor, but I tend to favor two very similar looking people getting together and purifying their stock until they split off into their own offshoot branch of humanity. Nietzsche writes about this. So this gentleman, he doesn't look super heavy set, but the vibes are very phlegmatic. The face and everything, it's softer, a little fleshier. Jawline's a little indistinct. So I'm going to go with my gut. Call him phlegmatic. Thinks, plans, and acts in the long term, but in a very slow, not super intense way. Where he is, he's calm, he's chill. He has more of a bit of a negative canthal tilt, especially in that left eye. So in private and his personal life, very giving, very conciliatory. See those long eyebrows, so he's cautious, likes to think, plan ahead, but they're curved, so he makes decisions based on consensus, but still very low set. So it's kind of like me. Like, I have long eyebrows, but they're low set. So I like, when it comes to judging and assessing, I like to, I'm very quick. I make a lot of quick snap judgments. But then when it comes to actually deciding what I'm going to do with that judgment, I'm slow to act, slow to respond. This guy, he's got the longer nose, so he's thoughtful, patient. Looks like a curved nose, like kind of a beaked nose. So it's not quite that straight nose. Very passionate, intense. Did I say Nordic? I meant North Atlantid. North Atlantid. But yeah, this guy, very deep set eyes, small mouth, so very quiet, reserved. This is the introvert in the relationship. This guy's more quiet, passive. You can submit your face to the email if you pay on PayPal or Super Chat. It's up there in the corner. I would say the face shape is a mix. There's some mercurial pointiness here and a big interface, so very sensitive, witty, quick with a joke. Might be quick with kind of a mean joke. So with the negative canthal tilt and all this, I can kind of see this guy being, at his worst, falling into resentment and feeling like too much of a nice guy, too much of a people pleaser, too passive. So he overcompensates by being like witty, sensitive, maybe a little mean with the jokes. Especially you got kind of high set ears, so he, little mischievous, takes in information very quickly, judges it quickly, maybe a bit rash, but he does like to plan ahead. So there's this tension between caution and quick action. Don't be mean to this guy. He paid good money for this. No one be mean to him. Lips look decently full, so fairly expressive. Longer nose, so yeah, thinker, patient. So yeah, I see. But the other element would be sun, so there's some level of detachment. So what I see here, the way to put here is boiling sensitivity and intense emotion under the surface. So the surface is solar, it's confident, it's calm, it's serene, but then under the surface, extreme intensity and emotion. And yeah, might have some resentment outbursts and stuff to deal with. I don't know. This one looks kind of sanguine with the chin and forehead. So, maybe there's some added quickness, impulsivity, whatnot there. But I would still call it mostly phlegmatic, just from the vibes. I don't see that sanguine optimism in the face. I see a lot of self-doubt and frustration. Yeah, very asymmetrical eyes, it's true. Anyways, the lady. Ayo. This is interesting. This last guy, let's see. So he had deep set eyes, kind of thin upper eyelids, maybe slightly full. But she has the protruding eyes with the full upper eyelids. So she is super outspoken, probably funny. She's probably like the funny friend of her group. But the very full upper eyelids. She is very sensual and has a strong need for intimacy and closeness. So she's going to want this intimacy because she has somewhat of a Venus face, maybe somewhat moon as well. It's kind of Venus and moon, I think. So she loves peace. She loves making and keeping peace. And so they might avoid talking about serious issues because of that need for peace. And then she also wants a lot of intimacy and closeness from him, and he might be a little more hesitant to give it, to express himself with that. But she's optimistic. She's with it. High set brows, so she's more selective. Curved eyebrows, defers to consensus. Still pretty straight nose, so she has more of a straight nose. He has more of a curved nose, so she's a bit more... And she has more low-set ears, so she's more happy-go-lucky, positive, open, takes in things a little more slowly, a little more cautious. He's a little more reckless, impulsive, more intense emotions, a little more neurotic. Although not to say she isn't sensitive. This is, bigger interface. There's a little bit of a bow melancholy here, so there's some sensitivity there. I do need to do some lolcows, yeah. But yeah, I think to the man here, I would say open up, be honest, but be patient. You must cultivate patience in your life, and do not let anything boil inside. Open up to your lady about it, and she will listen, and she will want to make peace about that. Listen to her. She knows what's up. And you can learn a lot from her. And then to the lady, work to bring out the best in your man. And yeah. But I would say in terms of the asymmetry and stuff like that, I think he has more to learn from her than vice versa. And I think she will help him grow. I mean, through marriage, it's a back and forth over your life, so you help each other grow. But, yeah. Yeah, it's just the eye asymmetry, that left eye look, it just gives me pause. And I think there's something there. Something you got to deal with. Probably childhood. Left eye might have to do with your dad. Feelings about yourself, masculinity. So. But yeah. I love this hairstyle. I love this hair look. That's great. All right. You can rewatch the stream. You can always rewatch the stream. The streams are uploaded as full videos. Who we got next? We're hitting our stride. Let's see. So the one who got the super chat, and then someone wanted Andrew Wilson after that. So whoa, this guy's cool. Hold on. Wait, his lyrics are this fire? His writing is this fire? This one is good. This is why I do it. This brother is... Wow. You guys aren't ready for this. This is good. Oh, we are in business. Look at this. Wow. I didn't even know they made guys like this anymore. And this is a great example No one dresses cool like this anymore because Zoomers were a hero generation, so we're enslaved to the digital panopticon, and no one has swag like this anymore. Look at that. I envy this man and his confidence, his style, his swagger. Look at that. He's rocking David Bowie style Imperial Japan shirt. So yeah, like straight up, I thought they.
Like his name should. He looks like his name should be Tinas.
But yeah, straight up, I thought they stopped manufacturing this model sometime in the 90s, but this is dope. All right, let's see it. Side profile. There's a corner in the jawline there. The body type is very melancholic, and the face is melancholic. I might call it melancholic with the choleric jawline. So melancholic, but the long-term endurance is more strong, able to endure in the long term, unlike a typical melancholic. But the main vibe is melancholic with that little side profile there, very skinny. So sensitive, witty, quick, charming, pessimistic. But look at those eyebrows. So very thick, so very intense energy and stamina. Surprising for melancholic. They're pretty flat, which means he's stubborn. I don't know if you could like do this whole thing kind of against the grain without being a bit stubborn. But they're droopy. So paranoid, doubtful, fearful, a little timid. Reverse face reading. I've thought about reverse face readings, but yeah. See, and Zoomers will hate on this because Zoomers hate themselves and they hate life and they don't have sex. Zoomers don't have sex. They don't drink. They don't go out. They don't do anything wild. They're ruthless conformists because they've been enslaved to the digital panopticon. So you don't even need a 1984 surveillance state because everyone has a camera in their pocket and they're going to be like, he's being cringe. Stop him, officer. He must conform. You can't do that because you just can't, okay? All Zoomers are soy jacks. They're vermin. And this guy stands above. People are like, I'm a sensitive young man. We should be free Aryan warriors. Well, this is what that looks like in practice. If you don't like it, you don't want to be an Aryan warrior. You want to be an office worker. But yeah, Senpaku eyes. This guy's under a lot of stress. Small mouth. So quiet, reserved, resistant to new social connections. Very full, almost pouty lower lip. That's that poet's lip, super in tune with his own feelings and emotions. This is not performative. This is what he wants to do. If he had a thin lower lip, I would call it, I'd say this is performative. This is for someone else. This is not performative. This is what he wants to do. Look at that. Full moon upper lip. And so he's expressing himself in a very imaginative and poetic style. Looks like Elijah Wood. Shorter nose, not to be bouncing around the photos too much. But yeah, timid, huge interface, so very sensitive, very reactive. I'm impressed, honestly, that he would go through with all this melancholic stuff. See, this is what self-actualization looks like in practice. Like this outfit, this whole deal, this weird stuff. This is like what this physiognomy, this kind of face, this kind of human biological subject should be doing. So kudos, I respect. And I want to be more like this guy in my life. Long eyebrows, plans ahead, blasting. And yeah, wide splayed ears, obviously independent. A person with close set ears could never so that's kind of cool, kind of swag. I respect anyone who's weird. Anyone who makes the world a more interesting place. The world is so boring. You know what Zoomers wear? They wear normcore. Zoomers suck. So Leonid elite, that's true. A guy super chatted wanting Andrew Wilson, so we'll get some pictures of him pulled up. Do him. Hold on. Bam, 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 bam. But yeah. Thank you. I saw your email, the memer. I will see that. Andrew Wilson. So this is one of those Christian nationalist grifters. Dragon Warrior. Which one is this guy? So this guy debates. This guy is so brave and outstanding. He debates college girls who, I don't know. Look at this slug. I have contempt for this sort of creature. I probably, if you sat us down, I'd probably agree with most things he says, but look at this bug. Angry boyfriend male, blah, blah, yap, 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 sahur. So look at that negative canthal tilt. Big, natural people pleaser, nice guy. He's phlegmatic too. He's a pudgy phlegmatic. So super soft, nice guy, and he hates that about himself, which is why I think he goes and does this stuff. Ears bulge in the middle third, so he's socially interested. Deep set eyes, so he thinks before he speaks, is very calculated. I don't know if it's just his expression. Eyebrows look droopy, maybe paranoid, doubtful. Close set, more close set than wide set, so detail focused, nitpicky, judgmental. These are common in chuds. He does look annoying, yes. I mean, if you've lived life, you know this face. Also, the hooded eyes, so very resistant to intimacy and closeness. Very closed off person. Someone said sun face. I don't know about sun face. I think he's a Jupiter. Look at the big cheeks, broad forehead. I think he's a classic phlegmatic Jupiter. And the Jupiter thing fits, right? Self-righteous, moralistic. Oh, look at that. Gummy smile alert. Gummy smile alert. Wee-oo, wee-oo. So, that is... Take this off. I wore pink for the love episode, for the romance episode. So he's insecure about his own lovability. He feels unworthy of love, and so he tries to overcompensate. Oh my gosh. End it all. Ugh. I don't know. Is that sufficient? Is that enough on this guy?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of surprised you hate him so much, but yeah, I mean, it seems like makes sense.
I look at this guy, and I've known a bunch of guys who look like this, and they were all annoying. And they were left, they were right.
It's really funny when you find out what denomination he is.
Is he Reformed?
No, even better. No offense to these people, but because we love all of
Is he Baptist?
brothers, but no, not Protestant.
Oh, he's Catholic?
No, he's Orthodox.
He's an Orthodox LARPer? Oh.
Yeah, I think so.
Weird. He's ortho.
He may not be. He might.
Ortho, bro. Yeah. It's just like, and this is the point, is like, you know, you can agree with someone, you can disagree with someone. You have good people and bad people on each side. and like annoying people and chill people on each side. And like I've met, you know, communists who were, or like anarchists or whatever, who were chill people that I got along with. And I've met communists and stuff who were like total obnoxious, loudmouth dunderheads like this guy. I don't know. Maybe if I met him, he'd be a nice guy, but
Yeah, I mean,
me no
he
likey.
seems cool. It's just, it's like, it's you know, you don't want. I'm not trying to like
That whole
disparage his
debate bro
beliefs or anything, but
style, you know, the whatever podcast, someone needs to tell Netanyahu that the whatever podcast is 2 weeks away from developing a nuclear weapon. Cause that's a scourge on society right there. All right. I'm chutting out. Oral loss. Let's see. Get the next video images pulled up. Yeah, converts. I'm technically a convert to Anglicanism, so, you know, whatever. But like, yeah, I don't know. I have some good friends who are Orthodox, ortho bro converts. Super chats.
yeah, I do too. I like the Orthodox. I just think they're very
Check the
belligerent.
phenotype of this person.
So annoying.
All right, so this guy's cheating. He sent $5. He wants to do a phenotype reading. Whatever. It'll be quick and easy. No physiognomy, though, because you cheaped out on me. Just the phenotype. BB is a huge juggalo. Benjamin Netanyahu is a huge juggalo. Don't make me like him. Don't make me start to like the big Yahoo. I don't know. You know what? Netanyahu tangent though. I talked
clown posse.
Israeli clown posse, yeah. But I talked about the rock and roll guy, and I was like, this is like this face. This is what it should be doing. And I don't know, Andrew Wilson, he should be like a deacon at his church or something, not going on these debate podcasts. Netanyahu, like that's what that face should be doing, which is like bombing people and doing spy stuff. It's like what I said in my video on him. He has mob boss physiognomy, and he's living his best life. He's doing what he was meant to do. And you may not like him, but you gotta, if you don't like it, you better confront him on the battlefield. Who's this guy? The features look mostly Western European, although like the weakness of the chin and the softness suggests a little like Eastern European to me. I don't know. I don't know if I could fully see this guy being Russian or Ukrainian, maybe Polish, Lithuanian. But really, this guy just looks kind of English, like Celto-Alpinid. I would just say maybe a little North Atlantid. But yeah, so there's a slight chance it could be Eastern European, which would be like Tavastid, Baltid type. But I really see Subnordid. I really see like Alpinid plus Celtic Nordid. Would be my best guess, because he doesn't look super Eastern European. There's a kind of like weird Asiatic look that you see with Slavs. I don't know. Some of the features lean that. He could be Russian. He could be like Neo-Danubian. Let's pull that up. Jamie, pull that up. Pull up Neo-Danubian phenotype. Could be. Maybe I'm a little more bullish on the Russian thing now. He could be. Maybe he's Russian. They're just slowing it down. So I'd say probably Irish or English, maybe Russian. But yeah, Neo-Danubian if he is of Eastern European descent, like Celto-Alpinid. I don't know. I know on the surface he has a lot of the Russian features, but let's just go for this next one. Michael. He's got the he says he has the Epstein brow crease. Don't hold back. All right, let's see. Hey, thanks everyone for tuning in. I'm getting lots of orders, lots of stuff. That's good. Helps when you're doing it on a Saturday. So this is the last PayPal guy. All right. It's actually a pretty good read. Lothar Grimm. Broken, lonely, scared man. I want to do a run by where I'm just like, patriot, nationalist, vampire, scared man, next level, Moses. All right. I see a moon face first off. Maybe a little bit of Venus there. Yeah, maybe kind of here, but I could see what I call scribe, which is Saturn over moon. But like that little forehead, that's this mostly moon face. So this guy's very moody, goes in rhythmics, goes in and out of Slavs are mad in the chats because I call them Asiatic. It's true. Slavs are Mongolians. And so easy to rage bait. They're literally the easiest people to rage bait in the world. Anyways, back to this guy. Childish, moody. The lunar Venusian elements very much wants peace. That's true. I think these are mirrored because he said he had a right side crease. So assuming this is mirrored, then this is some sort of professional frustration. Now, it's not as deep or long as the crease on Jeffrey Epstein or L. Ron Hubbard. So this guy, it's just a minor professional frustration. Doesn't mean you're a spy or anything. Not yet, at least. Yes, very strong need for intimacy. Enormous upper eyelids. This is like Sydney Sweeney levels. This guy wants to get close in person with everybody. He wants to tell you all his secrets and his emotions and what he's feeling. And he wants to get to know you. And he needs a girlfriend. That's what he needs. He needs a girlfriend, possibly many. I don't know. Nah, well, with the moon face, he wants a depth of connection. If he was Mars face and he had those full upper eyelids, he'd be a playboy. But he wants one incredibly deep connection. So you need to get a girl with very full upper eyelids and just lock in with her and get super intimate. Physically, yes, but also emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Kind of a negative canthal tilt. So a bit people-pleasing, conciliatory, conformist. Eyes are kind of close set, too. So nitpicky. A little nitpicky. Weird angle here. Mostly choleric with a bow of melancholy. So pretty serious, work-focused, able to endure in the long term, but lots of sensitivity. It's a strong bow of melancholy and a big interface. Very sensitive. Phenotype, I see a lot of Amerindian in this guy. This guy's like, hey, Get this guy a feather headdress. Obviously, mostly Caucasoid, but the Amerind element is there. And then lower lip is just barely fuller than the upper lip. In some pictures, it looks thinner. So I like those level corners. So very steady, balanced perspective, good executive leadership potential. long-term thinker. A lot of mental effort over time. Not a super strong bow of Cupid's bow, so kind of cool, distant, cold communication style, and very expressive. Maybe an oversharer even. I have the fuller upper lip than the lower lip. I have an oversharer, so yeah, sensitive, passionate, deep. That's the thing. Like Saturn and Moon, if that is an element there, overthinker. So overthinker, hopeless romantic, needs intimacy, needs close, strong, tight friendships, needs to socialize, or else he's gonna rot. But because he's Moon, Saturn, Venus, he needs the emotional and intellectual depth of that connection. Why is he only showing white people? Because white people are the only ones paying for it. Come on. I want some black people to send me some pictures. Y'all gotta elevate the consciousness. All right. So we've got this guy's a skinhead of some sort. I don't think it's his pictures. That's crazy. I don't know, like, who I'm getting recommended to, but it's like you can't win. It was literally what I was talking about. I analyzed a black person at the beginning. I analyzed an NBA Youngboy. That was the first one. An Ethiopian man sent it to me. It's the first payment. And then black guy comes in being like, how dare you analyze the face of a black man? It's blah, blah, blah. And then I do white people afterwards, because then that's who comes in next in line. And another black person comes in like, why aren't you analyzing any black people? It's like, you can't win. So you think I don't get bored of just doing white people? All the time. Africa is full of interesting I want actual Africans. I want South Africans that I can read, like Khoisan people. I want to read pygmies and Nilotes, 7-foot tall, black-skinned Endermen from South Sudan. But how would I know this? Well, you come in late, start talking about this stuff, and then accusing me of stuff, and then you weren't even here for the beginning of the stream. So, skinhead dragon warrior.
Vlad says this is the racial tension stream. This was supposed to be the love stream.
Yeah, you know what? Although, what love destroys, love is violent. Chris Gabriel talked to this about swans being the love animal, and like swans are Venusian, and swans are very violent and aggressive. And you look at the planet Venus, and you go past the beautiful clouds, and it's the most hostile planet. So, anyways, this guy's an actual skinhead, like old school. Again, like with the other, I thought they stopped making these guys back in the 90s. All right, well, go off then, I guess. I've got, you'd probably like me. I have this Ulster pin. No one start attacking. I'm going to start muting people. Stop fighting. Just watch this. This guy, I think, is mostly sanguine. Could be mewing, but I think, mostly sanguine. Maybe choleric forehead. But pretty action-oriented, muscle-coordinated, quick, outgoing, optimistic. Pointy ears, so a little mischievous. They bulge in the middle third, so he's interested in social and emotional topics. Actually, kind of... eyebrows are still lower set. Kind of short. Look at this one. Short eyebrows, so spontaneous, impulsive. I'm flipping around too much, sorry. Very full upper lip. So very expressive with what he truly thinks and feels deep down. and it's a moon upper lip, so it's in a very imaginative, poetic way. So very expressive. And then lower lip is actually thinner, so he's other directed. He's other oriented. Small eyes, small beady eyes, cynical, positive canthal tilt, very confident, gets what he wants. And flat eyebrows, so stubborn. Good thug physiognomy, like classic, like bruiser. I'm not surprised this guy's a skinhead. Because this is, like, if I wanted to hire someone to, like, be around me, like, beat people up for me, I'd get a face like this. Nice, strong jaw, chin, very brutal. Sharp patch. Skinhead, a way of life. Skinheads against racial prejudice. I don't think so. I mean, he's got the English flag and all this stuff. Do the sharp guys wear that, or we're all about Screwdriver? That's so not true. I've never listened to Screwdriver before, especially not Smash the IRA. I've never heard that song in my life, and I don't rock it on my drive when I drive around. Absolutely not. That's horrible racist music. We're not about that. I think there's a secondary, mostly probably Mars in the face. Not mostly. Partially. The helmet patch is sharp. Oh, well, I mean, interesting. I didn't know that. I know nothing about skinhead culture because I am in America. But yeah, mostly moon face, actually. So this guy's very moody, very sensitive, but at the same time, very hostile and aggressive. So, like moon and Mars combination, I call that samurai, the warrior poet. So, dragon warrior, he calls himself. That's interesting. Not a racist skin, a sharp skin here. Okay, so you're not racist. Interesting. Okay, guys, so he's not a Nazi skinhead. He's just like a punk, sharp skinhead. Interesting. See, America, we don't really have an indigenous skinhead culture, so we only know about it from. I'm not banning anyone yet. I'll just let him go. All right. But yes. I'll just let it go off in the chat. Keep people engaged. Chadganistan sent for a couples reading. All right. Let's see. The memer's spamming with his thing. I'm a quarter German, Dutch, Militia Mennonite, a quarter English, Irish, Northern Irish, half French, Canadian. Big King Necromancer. I did get your email. Yeah. Let me get it up. Okay, so I was right. He wasn't Eastern European. Everyone was like, he's Russian. But I knew that wasn't right. Alright. I'm going to get to Chadganistan. Okay, I'm just guessing that this is this guy whose name is Chad on here. Here we go. I got it. Y'all are high cortisol right now. Y'all are upsetty spaghetti. at this moment. You got to lower that cortisol. You cannot let people rage bait you. All right. I'm liking this one. Let's see. Couples reading. So, it's Saturday giving negativity. Drew, it's the day of Saturn. Saturn is evil. All right, so this is this couple. I'll just do an overview of the pictures. So you got the guy, then the girl, Baba Booey. Kind of reminds me of Jeanette McCurdy, I think, from iCarly. We got another gummy smile. Girls with gums like this always have a fiance. So, doubts her own lovability and thus immediately seeks out a long-term relationship. Now this guy, stone cold, low cortisol, steely eyes, super deep set eyes, very long eyebrows. So this guy's very much a planner, thinks ahead. Quick to judge, quick to assess, but very, very approachable, not super high standards. Decently thin lips, so very reserved, just very reserved, cautious, calculating. But pure sanguine, maybe choleric jawline. So this guy's going to be very enthusiastic, outgoing, and to a certain extent, like, not outgoing so much as muscle coordinated, very physical. This guy's going to love the gym. Just optimistic, happy. He gets more serious in the long term. When you meet him, he's much more cheery, optimistic, friendly, casual, calm. And then as you get to know him, he gets more serious, work-focused. Full upper eyelids, strong need for intimacy, curved nose, so he has some deep underlying passion there. So, and she actually has somewhat thinner upper eyelids, but this is an adorable couple. I ship it. And she is, I just call her melancholic, maybe choleric with the melancholy, but it's be super strong. I just call her melancholic. This is classic sanguine man, melancholic girl. So she is like nervous, flighty. Look, she's got those protruding eyes, big mouth, bulging eyes. They both have the curved nose, so they're both very passionate, sensitive, emotional people. I tend to want to match the shape of the nose. So my wife and I, we both have straight nose, so we're both very rational, cool-headed. But she's very sensitive, extroverted, outgoing, compassionate. Might get overwhelmed, might get frazzled. Look at that, yeah, big mouth, big talker. And then he is Mr. Stone Cold Ryan Gosling. He's like a Chad Ryan Gosling, where he's like, huge chin. It's like, look at that sanguine side. It's him. It's him. I found the... Let me see. He's real. Guys, we found him. So, he does not look Slavic. He looks Germanic to me. So, very powerful. I am respect. This is a good couple. Good match. steely, stone cold, sanguine man with his beautiful, loud, funny, quirky, melancholic, manic pixie dream girl. Melancholic pixie dream girl, we can say. Introvert guy, extrovert couple is probably more common, not necessarily the ideal. So I'm in my relationship, I'm the extrovert, my wife's the introvert, and so her social battery will run out. But I want to chill with the brothers all night. So great couple, good request. All right. Here we go. Porphyrion, single reading. Okay. Tuscan, Danish, Scottish, and all right. All right. So this gentleman, he does have the beard, so it's obscured a little bit, but there's a lot we can tell. So guess your political and religious affiliation. I think you're Orthodox. Just off the beard alone, I think Orthodox convert. You got some anger indicators under those baggy eyes. They call those unshed tears in Chinese face reading. Super full lower lip. So very passionate, in your own feelings. Very deep set eyes. So very reserved, calculating, watching from afar. But kind of short, somewhat upturned nose. So little impatient, little impulsive, but very spiritual. Like, look, the beard symbolizes that. Like, that's why you do that. But also very small earlobes, so not materialistic. Rhodium, I have not heard that, but that makes sense. I know from experience. Anyways, forehead creases, strong intellectual ability, low set eyebrows, pretty approachable, not super high standards, not very arrogant, pretty humble, casual, quick to judge. That's fine enough, good enough for me. Full upper eyelids underneath those deep set eyes. So, oh damn, sorry to hear about your dad, man. It's fucked up. Strong need for intimacy, closeness. Face shape. Hairline aside, I think mostly sun, honestly. Aloof, gregarious, analytical, idealistic. Probably mostly choleric, I think, as well. You don't seem very phlegmatic in a lot of this stuff. So long-term thinker and planner, very intellectual, very analytical, big intellect, friendly but independent. You like being around people. It's fun. You don't need them. He has the Tumblr pink nose. Oh, holy throwback, dude. It's like a 10-year-old meme. Yeah, negative canthal tilt. So a bit more pessimistic, people-pleasing, conciliatory, nice guy. Oh, yeah. You might have a tendency to let people walk all over you, all I'll say. Phenotype is mostly Alpinid. You have a little bit of Nordic in there, but maybe Borreby even. Yeah. That's my main read on you, right? And the nose is, although the tip is upturned, so that shows the impatience, impulsivity, it's mostly straight, so the overall behavior and demeanor is pretty rational, cool-headed. So, yeah, that's my read for Periphery. Political affiliation, anarchist. I think you're an Eastern Orthodox anarchist localist. Autarkist. You believe in self-sustaining farming communities of ruled over by an Orthodox priest. That's my guess for you. Yeah, very mystical. That's true. Crispy Space Agency. He says this is bait. Okay, let's see it. You're neo-pagan. Oh, okay. You know what? The rat tail, the ponytail, that should have tipped me off. Probably wouldn't see an Orthodox guy with that. Okay, but yeah, it's just a different creed. But yeah, like you seem like an out in the woods guy. That should have tipped me off to the pagan thing, but interesting. I have a couple neo-pagan friends. This guy, this fella, kind of an odd fella. The melancholy never ends. The stream of melancholics never ends. This is melancholic with a choleric jawline, so like some of the people we've seen before, you have all that melancholic sensitivity, quickness, reactivity, receptivity, need for outside attention and adulation, working in quick, short bursts, but he has the long-term energy and endurance of a choleric. So that's a great thing. It's balancing out the worst of the melancholic, which is their inability to endure in the long term. So that's very good. Ears bulge in the upper third, so he's very intellectual. What is his face shape? Might be distorted from being so up close, but I don't know if it's fully Uranus. But it's this guy is going to be very let's assume it's Uranus. Diligent, meticulous, hardworking, very radical, extreme philosophical ideas, and very high set eyebrows, so very high standards. Might seem haughty, arrogant, above it all. But they're a little droopy, so this guy has some issues with fear, paranoia. Very full lower lip, but very thin upper lip, so he feels a ton of intense emotions, ton of deep emotions, but has difficulty expressing them. Nose is great. So this is a great like North Atlantid example. This guy's perfect, pure North Atlantid. Long nose, so he's a deep thinker, very contemplative, intellectual, very straight, so he's very rational, level-headed, but very, look at that, super wide bridge of the nose. So that's going to balance out some of that melancholic sensitivity. He has great energy and stamina. So, yeah. Could be mercurial. I mean, he has some mercurial traits, so it's that sensitivity. You know, all melancholic people look a little mercurial. So, but yeah, Uranus, maybe some sun, so that would stand for extra gregariousness, being analytical. Eyes mostly bulge out, so pretty outspoken, says what's on his mind. Well, not necessarily what's on, but he wants to speak and be heard, but he's calculating with what he says. Doesn't necessarily speak his mind because thin upper lip. You have to earn his trust before he tells you what he's really thinking, which is probably very radical, extreme stuff because he's Uranus. All right. Next up, King Necro. Said he was tired. He does look like Edward Norton. That's true. And Peter Resnick says that Edward Norton is Mercury over Uranus. So King Necro's Game Shack. All right. Man, y'all be hating. It's Necro. All right. Very distinct look. Hold on. Uh-oh. I accidentally saved him to the wrong folder. All right, I'm about to read this guy, but I gotta take a bathroom break. But for going on the live stream, I'm going to show you guys you guys get to see an exclusive preview of a Patreon video that's not even out yet on Patreon. So it's just me freeform rambling. So hello and good morning to all of my Patreon subscribers. Good afternoon, good evening. And maybe there's he's still a little preview of my is that you want to talk. They do share one thing, which is the same kind of thinking, long-term thinking. So they're a long-term.
By the way,
couple.
just wanted to.
And so the wife, what is it?
I left for a minute and now I'm back.
Oh, hello. I was thinking you were gone.
Yeah, sorry.
No worries.
I'll sit here and monitor the situation.
Okay, yeah. I have people saying I'm not showing their pictures. If you do not email the pictures to the email on the screen up there, you will not get read. If you do not pay a super chat or Patreon, it will not get read. So, and I'm checking. I got my spam folder open, not seeing them. So I've had this happen before. People say I paid, and they just spam and they're trying to scam it out. So put on this video. Wife with the big forehead and the long hair, long. I don't know. Abram, just a freestyle rap for him real quick. I don't know if that video is needs editing or not.
Freestyle rap.
Yeah, be right back.
Okay. I need a double cheeseburger and hold the lettuce. Don't be front and son of seeds on the bun. It's not really freestyling. Sorry. What do you guys think about the stream so far? You guys having fun? You guys enjoying it? We got some pretty cool stuff coming up. Let's see, we got a video scheduled for today. Is it up yet? Let's see, there should be a video coming out today. But and then we got coming up on 50,000 subscribers and the 1-year anniversary of Prosopa Insights. So both of those things sort of coinciding in the same month. And I think we are going to get Taylor Prosopa Insights his face reading of himself once we hit that 50,000 subscriber mark. So if you're not subscribed, please help us get to that number so we can reveal the deep lore, Prosopa lore, the esoteric knowledge.
What's up?
I mean, this is good. I was just telling them about the 50,000 subscriber mark. You know, once we hit that, there's the Prosopa self face reading is going to be coming out.
It's true.
I think that's correct. And then
Yes.
is the video coming out today, or is it already out?
No, it's the video is going to be coming out probably next week, I think. This week's video is today's video is Terry A. Davis.
Well, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Terry A. Davis video.
Yeah, it's coming out today. Anyways.
Good.
Yeah. Hey, I'll face read everyone who sent a super chat. Don't worry. Who sent a super chat or paid on PayPal and identified yourself. All right. Before I get back into it, sorry, it was a double flusher. But you only flushed once.
Oops.
This person's being a troll. So we have got, I got merch, products. Here they are. Check them out. Pin message. Go see them. And I did wash my hands with soap. Yeah. I'm going to try to send one of these to Brittany Venti. She can wear them on a stream. It's wonderful for your aura to have a hot girl wear your stuff. So, censorship, it's true. Yeah. I just don't like the noise. I don't like the racket. Because I'm trying to read people's like actual messages and there's just spam. Yup, sahur. Yup, sahur. Let's see him. All right, who's next? King Necro, this one. All right. You look kind of like a friend of mine named JC. So, I think Moon plus Pluto. So Moon, moody, imaginative, poetic, a little childish, nurturing, caring. Be great with kids. Pluto, see on the jaw and chin there, aggressive and assertive, driven like a Mars, but very loyal. Ladies, this man will make a great husband. Great husband from the Pluto. Plutos are great husbands. Moons are great fathers and mothers. So this guy, if he's not taken already, see if you can get some. Looks like he is. There's a lady in this picture. I don't know. Sorry. But yeah, the choleric with a bow of melancholy. So, or not choleric, phlegmatic. I think it's phlegmatic. So, thinks, plans, and acts in the long term in a very calm, enduring, tolerant way. Yeah, good long-term thinker and planner. Very tolerant, resilient. Straight nose, so very rational. Very deep set. So thinks before he speaks. Pretty thin upper lips, so very cautious, calculating. Ugh, licking your lip. He hungry. Flat eyebrows though, so he's stubborn. And here's the thing, and here's the Jared Leto connection. It's in the eyes. What's with the eyes? First off, they're smaller. It's a little untrusting. Negative canthal tilt, so he's naturally a bit of a people pleaser, a bit of a nice guy. This guy has nice guy energy. The problem here is that his eyes are also close set. So he is very nitpicky, judgmental, detail focused, very focused in general. And so he's picking out every little detail, everything you said wrong. It's all there. And and then the other paradox is that he has very deep set eyes, but very full upper eyelids. So he's very cautious, kind of a smaller mouth, thinner lips, very cautious, withdrawn, hesitant to say what he really thinks or feels, but he wants and needs intimacy. And we see here the opposite eyelid asymmetry. Or no, it's the same that we saw before. Fuller left upper eyelid, so he really wants to express himself to other people. That's the moon face element, poetic. I want to sing, Maybe this guy likes musical theater. That's I like saying that about people being like, you like musical theater? Like calling them gay, but just not. I don't think this guy's gay, but then he doesn't care too much about learning about other people. He's a little more like, oh, okay, that's nice for you. Like to a decent amount, but he really cares about, I want to make my feelings known. So through art would be great for this guy. Pluto and Moon be great as a creator, artist, musician of some sort. Yeah, very close set eyes and long eyebrows. So, but very small interface. So he's stress resistant, not super sensitive. So phenotype, Alpinid, North Atlantid mix, I would say. Yeah, the sensitivity in his eyes. Well, it's because of that, it's like it's the paradox between he's very nitpicky and reserved and very critical of others, but also of himself because he has that negative canthal tilt, but he really wants the intimacy and closeness. So he's going to try a lot of tricks to, I feel like this guy would be into like, I don't know. If it wasn't for the like Pluto element, which gives him this like nice strong confidence that I think like carries him out in the end, and being phlegmatic, like I think gives him that endurance. If he didn't have that, I would think that he would be susceptible to being a performative male, like a fake feminist, nice, like male feminist, nice guy. I don't see that much. I think he's got enough strength where he's able to kind of overcome that side of himself, but it's a risk, I would say. Is next Star Platinum. This is true. Yeah, every race is designed for its specific purpose. So, they all excel at different things. Like, the black race is the best at living in the tropics. That's why a lot of the American South is majority black in a lot of areas. Not just because of slavery, but because they could survive it better. Disease resistant, heat resistant. Here we go, last one. All right. We can go for a couple hours now. I'm gonna probably wrap it up pretty soon. Do this. Yeah, it was a weird day for a stream. I don't know if it's the weather or something with the stars, or I don't even know what to call it, but it's like everyone. الإمام المهدي. True. What's up, Muhammad?
Who is this one that you're looking at?
This is Star Platinum.
Okay.
It's in a super chat. Okay. Rather simian, if I do say so myself. For all those, this is for all the, I don't know where they came from, but yeah, these like hypersensitive people came in saying, you make fun of people of color. Joke about everyone. You know who I make fun of the most? Myself. And then Abram. I can make fun of white people too. But no, this guy is Paleo-Atlantid. Maybe Brun, but I'd say Paleo-Atlantid. Classic Paleolithic phenotype. This is a mammoth hunter. Let's see. Just call it Earth, maybe Mars face. I just call it a mix of Earth and Mars. I can see a bit of both. So they're both, he's going to be very aggressive, pugnacious. He's going to want to pick a fight with people. Look at that cleft chin. He feels a sense of self-importance. Then he is, see that little crease under his lower lip there? That shows skepticism. So he's going to be very practical, pragmatic, grounded, not given to flights of fancy. Very loyal to friends and to family, and but very aggressive. Yeah, big fighter. Look at that full lower lip. So he wants to fight for what he believes in, what he thinks is right, and how he feels about stuff. And those protruding, I don't know if those protruding or those deep set. I'd call these more deep set. So fairly calculating with what he says, bit reserved. But the mouth is kind of wider, so I think he could open up pretty easily once you get talking to him. Hold on. I'm sorry if I'm zooming by too fast. Indeterminate side profile. I'd call it sanguine, I think. So very enthusiastic, outgoing, muscle coordinated, fun-loving, optimistic. I just finished writing the sanguine section for my book, which will be coming soon, yesterday. And so, and on this. And then the droopy upper eyelids, those, I don't know. What are the eyebrows? They look droopy in these, but then they're intern in these. Well, they're thick in any case. So lots of intense energy and stamina. Yeah, this guy's just an intense fighter, very physical. That's the main thing. This guy's not abstract, not intellectual. He's physical. He wants to physically beat people up and hunt mammoths, and but he's he's super fun guy. He's a fun guy. Call him a mushroom because he's a fun guy. But he reminds you a little of like Andy Serkis, because you have a big inner face and that full lower lip, so there's some sensitivity there, some like wit, cleverness. Like he seems mischievous, like a little mischievous Irishman. Yeah, very mobile, very expressive, passionate, intense. This is a good face. This one I like. Unique, strong, driven. Pretty good.
He looks a lot like the guy that plays Bilbo Baggins in the New Hobbit.
He does a bit. All right. Next up, Marie Rose. Let's call it Marie. This is much easier just making separate folders. The next frontier is we got to do a live dating show on here. I got to do live matchmaker. Eventually I will have a website and a service where it's like a one-time, maybe it'd be smarter for me making money to make it a subscription, but I want to do like a one-time lump payment. Like you pay like, let's go crazy. You pay $500 and we will guarantee that we will match you with someone compatible. And then we get you in. We use physiognomy and all this other stuff to match you up with someone. And someone that you would be personally compatible with, someone that you would breed strong children with, because we're weird like that. And it would be like the Bene Gesserit. We'll be selectively breeding people to create the Kwisatz Haderach, the chosen one. And now I'm saying this because this next one I'm going to bring up, talking about that dating service, because you guys are going to flip. You chuddies are going to flip when you see this next one. You're going to lose it. Matchmakers can charge tens of thousands easily. So true. It should be $500. It will be no longer, the charge will not be $500. It will now be $500,000. Please and thank you. So you can get, although you'll be able to buy it on credit with Klarna. So, all right. Here's another awesome face. Angel of Melancholy. That's what we have here. Yeah, I'd call it melancholic. Moon face. Looks a little like Dana. Protruding eyes, full upper eyelids. Wide set eyes. So this is classic e-girl mix right here. Melancholic with the moon face, wide set bulging eyes with the full upper eyelids, small mouth, full lower lip. This is a big whammy combo for sensitivity, artistry. Melancholic with the moon face. Yeah, that's a very sensitive, artsy type. Creative, inventive, super sensitive, conflict avoidant. If you confront her too directly, like, why'd you do that? What were you thinking? She'll cry. And she's going to be very outspoken, not think before she speaks. She's just going to speak off the cuff, speak from the heart. And there's a lot of heart there, a lot of connection with that inner self because of that big, plump lower lip. Not to sound creepy, but very full lower lip. pretty high set eyebrows as well. So high standards, a little aloof, might come across a little arrogant. But she just has high standards for herself and for other people. Takes a long time to make a decision. This is a super slow person. Like the melancholic energy is going to be kind of quick and nervous by default. But I think the moon face, wide set, kind of spacey eyes, big picture, bad with details, kind of spacey, and smaller mouth. And then the moon face especially, and the high brows, it's going to slow down that expression of the energy. And she's going to be very, someone said bulbous nose tip. She is very kind. So she's going to have all this sensitivity inside of her, but it's in this like brooding, oh, well, kind of way. But yeah, very artsy, great aesthetic sense, very sensitive. And oh my gosh. Those small lips are so pouty, like they know exactly how to tease. We got some crazy people in the chat today. I don't know if it's a Saturday morning thing or whatever. We got some, because I know that I got out, like this is not my subscriber base. Like it hit outside of it. So we have like, I guess it's because it's a Saturday thing, right? So people who normally work, they were just scrolling through YouTube on their Roku TV on Saturday morning. They're tuning in. Welcome, subscribe, buy my merch. But yeah. Art girl, artsy, but she's a Christian though. So I will not call her an art hoe. God bless. Patriot. This is Patriot. National. Here, who do we got? Patriot. Vampire. Nationalist. Mental. No, I'm not gonna say that. Next level. That was good. Okay. Who we got next?
You had a couple super chats, not for readings, but for
chat read, like the $5 ones.
I guess they kind of, yeah. John sent one, and then somebody else sent one before him.
Yeah, I'll get to those, I guess. But it says $5 chat read, not $5. Oh, the prices are $20 for a face reading and then $5 for a face reading. It's like, but you don't call it a face reading. I don't know. I will look at them though. You did pay, so I'll read them and I'll go through them. So, not Slavic. 1/8 Iraqi. Whoa. ممكن هي بتتكلم عربي. Abram, we have to speak Arabic so the Goyim can't understand us.
Okay.
Oh wait, you forgot all the Arabic you learned?
I forgot. I remember kanafa. Almost. All the food related words.
Do you remember Zubda? You remember what that means?
No, I don't.
Oh my gosh.
What's that one?
It's really over for you. It means butter.
Oh wow, it really is over.
All right, Alexander. So I'm cheating a little bit from his surname. His surname had the little, on the email has a little O with the slash through it. So that's a Scandinavian thing. Arabs are goyim. I was joking. So the phenotype here I think is stranded. But I'm really confident on that because stranded, it looks alpinid, but it's probably a what is it? It's what's the term? It's a reduced Paleo-Atlantid. So you have Paleo-Atlantid, robust caveman look like this with the dark hair, green eyes, but very robust, beefy, deep-set eyes, big brow ridge, big jaw. And then over time, they settle in these fishing villages and they get softer. And so that's the look on the coast of Norway. You actually have a lot of darker-haired people from these ancient, like Ice Age populations who remain there. The blonde look is stronger in Sweden, where it's a little more Aryan. This guy looks stressed, pessimistic, stressed out, probably because he's another melancholic. Got another melancholic dude. Eyes look, I would call those eyes probably, they look bulging here, but I'd call them probably deep set. Straight, long nose, so fairly rational, like left-brained melancholic, very logical guy. Very focused, super intense gaze. Let's see if we can crop his face. So his outer self, very focused, determined, competitive, almost harsh, pessimistic. His inner self, his true inner private self, pretty angry. This guy's pissed off. This guy's mad at his dad. Mostly moon face, I think. It's a secondary element there. Maybe like moon and Venus. So there's a need for aesthetics. There's kind of a desire for peace, but I think it's kind of diminished by those facial features, that intensity there. Yeah, the Judith Hill book on astrology and physiognomy is great. I have it, but not on me at the moment. Yes, small mouth. So this guy's very reserved, very quiet. Look at this. Very socially avoidant. And wide splayed ears, very independent. So this guy's independent. He does not look like he wants to be there. And I don't know, he wants to sit at home and brood and probably write. You should start writing. Write poetry. I'm commanding you right now. Alex, write poetry. In Norwegian or whatever it is you speak. Whoa. Earlobe looks like it twists. It kind of turns forward. Sign of sexual deviancy. So, do we have old gay guys in the chat? Hitting on these dudes? Hey, variety is the spice of life. Stubborn as well. Stubborn, quick to judge. Yeah. Strong energy and stamina with the nose. Not above melancholy. No, just melancholic. Just melancholic. Yeah. This brother needs to get off the computer, get off the smartphone, get out of his room, get out in the world, ground himself. Probably needs to do some sort of handicraft. But I'd say write poetry. If you're melancholic, moon face, like the last girl, she was melancholic, moon face as well. This guy's more Venusian, so I think he has more of an aesthetic sensibility. But he's much more intense, like she's very passive. But anyways, yeah, two melancholic moon face people. Like she, I don't know. It looks like she's already doing aesthetic stuff with her appearance. It seems very calculated, very thought out. Then this guy, this guy needs to be writing poetry and dressing better. You need to turn your appearance into art. So, yeah. Next guy is Tarzan. And I'm going to actually, I'm going to go ahead. I'll get you next time if you want one now, but I've been going for like 2.5 hours now, which is crazy. It does not feel that long. It's been flying by, which is good. And get me next time, guys, all right? But this one is for Tarzan. Tarzan the Monkey Man. Yeah, that's weird. I guess that's what it looks like when you break out of your established demographic. Like you're always like, oh, I want to get views outside of my normal subscriber base and, reach out to new audiences. And the new audiences are angry, outraged black women, like angry, racist black women, and um, horny old guys. Which
And we love all the new
we
viewers.
love
We
them.
like you. We want you to stick around.
Yeah, stick around.
Be yourself.
It's true. Be yourself. Hey, no fighting. No fighting. Dr. Trent. I like this Dr. Trent guy. I think I'm going to make him a moderator in the chat. I'm going to make him a moderator and then have him ban everyone except for himself. No, this guy's funny. I'm down with it. You guys, your problem is y'all's eyes are like this. My eyes are like this. My eyes are out here. I'm a hammerhead shark. And so I'm tolerant. I'm low cortisol. I'm unbothered. And you guys are like, that isn't trad. And it's like, shh. Dude, it's the age of Aquarius. It's the new Aeon. It's all going away. It's gone, dude. All you can hope for is to build something cool and awesome like Dune, where we need to, we have cults and guilds in space. Look at this power. Oh my gosh. Surfer bro. Whew. Holy power. Dude. It's him. Look at that chin and jaw. Oh, whoa. All right, so melancholic with a choleric jawline. This guy's melancholic. You guys have no excuse. This guy's melancholic. He has the chud, quote unquote, chud temperament. And look at him. This guy's got to be looks maxing or something. I don't know. I don't know. He's got the surfer neck. Maybe he's just, you know what it is? He's probably not looks maxing. He's probably effortless. He's probably your face shapes. Oh, thank you. Chad, I will get to you and your wife's face shapes right after this. I'm sorry I forgot to mention that. Really appreciate you throwing an extra 5 my way. My family appreciates that. Because I'm doing it for my daughter. And when you help me help my daughter. But no, straight nose, a pretty rational, level-headed guy, deep-set eye, so kind of reserved, keeps to himself, and very wide-set eyes. So he's just very tolerant, spacey, just kind of, yeah, dude, cool, totally. It's him. That's the archetype. And if you want to succeed socially, professionally, whatever, you have to just embody an archetype. So I think this guy's effortless. You look at the surfer necklace, the wide-set eyes. He's unbothered. He just wants to chill, have a good time. Full lower lip, he knows what he wants. He knows what he wants to get out of life. And full upper eyelids, that's probably intimacy, closeness, being friends with people, having fun. Benito Mussolini once said, the first principle of fascism is to have fun. The first. And the Pharisees asked Christ, they say, what is the greatest commandment? And he said, the greatest commandment is this, just be yourself. And the second is like unto it, have fun. On these two hangs all the law and the prophets.
No, I don't think that's what he said.
Oh, I might be misremembering it. I've been playing Candy Crush in mass every Sunday, so that's not true. Not joke. Don't want to be blasphemous. But yeah, that's he's a chiller, serial chiller. Nose look at that round tip of the nose, kindness. See, all these guys, they want to be, I'm going to be a mogger and I'm going to dominate everyone around me. And this guy is having fun and he's happy and tolerant and kind to other people and tolerant of people's differences. Like if this guy, I don't know. What were you going to say?
If he's looks maxing, he's doing a very good job. It looks not unnatural.
Yeah, he's not. It doesn't look like he's trying hard. It fits Pluto face for sure. So it's like Chinese face readers would call this king face. So like natural leader, aggressive, driven, but loyal. Yeah. I wouldn't call this guy Sigma male. I'd call him an alpha male because he's very sociable. Yeah. He wants, his full upper eyelids.
Melancholics have no excuse. They never have had an excuse.
But especially now, look at that side profile, dude. Look how pointy and convex it is. And yet he mogs. Nevertheless, he mog-sisted. Is this group kind of Groyper adjacent? This group is this group is actually a subsidiary of Wagner Group. And Yevgeny Prigozhin sent me to continue his life's work. He said, "Where is the ammunition?" And I said, "As you wish. Prigozhin, I will send the army. Yevgeny. Oh, Eugene Prigozhin." Yeah, it was kind of a Chuds club, but I'm trying to alienate the Chuds. I'm trying to be selective. You gain, you bulk, and then you cut. You bulk and you cut. And it's the same with fitness, and it's the same with YouTube channels. And so, that's what I'm trying to do is bulk and cut. And I say, hey, come on in, guys. And then I start selecting. And I say, who is worthy? And, hey, if you're a sheep, get on my right hand. If you're a goat, go to my left hand. Get out of here. So, I'm in a biblical mood right now. That's good.
Good.
No more face readings, no. In the future, I'm gonna start these a little later, so that it's
Do you want to get to those super chats we missed?
Yeah, I'm about to read this guy, and then I'm gonna read those at the end.
Okay. Marie says, "What type of career suits me?"
What type of careers? Anything creative, aesthetic, artistic, interior design, fashion, style consultation, art, writing, graphic design. Honestly, like being a YouTuber influencer could probably work. That's sort of the art of the modern day. Please do another hour. It's so fun. I'd like to be. I'm hungry. I gotta bulk. I gotta go bulk. And liberal facial features. That there will be a section in my book, in my forthcoming book on face reading, about telling traits from facial features. So it'll be kind of like that Joseph Sims bit we were reading about. Here's a face with a lot of courage, and here's a face with not a lot of courage. Here's a high sensitivity face. Here's a low sensitivity face. Optimistic versus pessimistic face. And I pull in all the features that are associated with each, and I build like an ideal face. So it's like, this is the most reliable face. This is the least reliable face. This is the most promiscuous face. This is the most loyal face. So people will be able to, fix this face in your mind, and you'll be able to see it. Which package from your website do you recommend? The most expensive one. No, it depends on what you want. So the deluxe package is the most popular. It's on sale now. It's only $150. It's usually $200. Not really a sale. I lowered the prices for a little bit because the war in Iran is destroying the economy, so I wanted to make it kind of easier on people. But yeah, that one is a pretty good general overview. If you have a specific question or area of life you need covered or analyzed, get one of the advanced packages. You have relationships, business, and spiritual growth. And then if you have questions for all three, or you just want like a whole life consultation, like entire, like I go through your whole life and I solve everything for you based on your face and your specific questions, then get the premium. And that one, normally $600, now it's down to $400. So that's the biggest discount right now because it's the most expensive one. But that one's, that's like business owners, high level, like entrepreneurs, like high level people get that one. So in the future, it's probably going to be even more expensive. All right. So our last main reading, and then we're going to look at the people that they requested, and then we'll be done. 2.5 hours. It flew by. This went quick. Oh, it's like closer to 3 hours at this point. All right, Zachary. This guy, I think. So this guy looks Central Asian. He looks like Turanid. Like I don't know, Tajik, Kazakh, perhaps. Maybe just Pakistani. I don't know. Could be Mexican, but I don't know. I don't really see the Mexican. I don't see the Mexican. It looks more Asian. It looks more Central Asian to me. Anyways, looks mostly choleric, I think. I think some people would think he's phlegmatic, but Asian types, it tends to be a little... Well, this could be phlegmatic. I don't know. I think I see a moon face there. So sensitive, moody, poet. We've had a ton of moon faces so far, which is interesting. There's also, I think, maybe a bit of a Jupiter element there, a bit of that broadness. So strong moral convictions, moralistic, self-righteous, but also gregarious, outgoing. But I definitely see the moody poet thing here. High set eyebrows, so he has high standards. Takes a while to make decisions. Pretty short nose, so more action-oriented, more of a doer than a thinker. Wants to get on and actually do things in the real world. Then very full lower lip, very passionate, in tune with his own feelings and emotions. Yes, you can. Big King, you can get multiple packages, normal package and the animal one. That's actually a really common combination that I've been seeing as play. I've had a lot of clients getting standard, like the deluxe face reading package, plus the animal archetype analysis, because it's a fun little add-on. I do the serious reading, and then I'm like, yeah, I had this really tall black guy from California. He's in the Discord now. He's a great face reader. But he was super tall and lanky, and I told him he was a giraffe, and he got rage bait a little, but it was true, and it fit his personality archetype, but he thought it was funny. All right. Yeah, I think that's a full upper eyelids for his phenotype. He's some sort of Asiatic, but fuller upper eyelids, so need for intimacy, need for closeness, getting to know people, having people get to know him. East Alpinid Turanid combo, people said. He could be, yeah, maybe he's Hapa. Maybe he's like a white Japanese mix, so. I don't know. Yeah, I'm feeling Turanid, Eastern European. Or not Eastern European, Central Asian. Like Turkic. Not Turkish, but Turkic. You know, this guy needs to be out on the steppe like, Kind of like that. All right. Okay. Someone said, I look like Trotsky. I look like a Marxist intellectual. I think it's because the type of person who became communist back then is right-wing now. Well, listen, the context for communism is just gone. It's the historical dialectic has been fulfilled, and that's we don't have like a mass industrial society anymore. It's not 1800s Oliver Twist giant factories with miserable workers. It's not like, Gary, Indiana isn't like one of these industrial barracks cities where, 50,000 workers live and then do nothing but make cars. So, let's do our $5 reads. Let's do Chad's. Their face shape. The optimal match for a phlegmatic person is a choleric person or another phlegmatic. They actually do well together. All right. Chad's face shape is... I'm seeing moon here, honestly. Like moody moon. Well, I don't know. Nah, you know what it is? It's, I don't know. See that lunar moodiness. You know what I think it is? This is what I'll actually say. Earth plus Venus. Like, Burt Reynolds, Smoking the Bandit. He's Earth-Venus mix. So this guy's practical, grounded, but also has a romantic streak deep down. Moody streak. Whether it's either... There's Earth there for sure. It's either Earth and Moon or Earth and Venus. But the main element is very, like, square, squat, low, earthy, practical, grounded. Now this one, she is... might be somewhat moon-faced, but I think she is probably mostly sun-faced. So aloof, gregarious, can be kind of above it all sometimes. It's an interesting balance with, she's melancholic, big interface, but the sun face, that sun archetype makes her a little more composed, dignified, aristocratic. So, yeah, the, all right, but yeah. And then, okay. Why do Pluto faces never show up on my channel? I've done Pluto faces, haven't I? I don't know. Oh, funny you asked that. Video coming out in a couple hours on Terry A. Davis. Pluto face. There you go. I got a Pluto face now. All right, let's look it up. Zayn Malik. Zayn Malik. Ooh. Sensitive, male feminist, fake nice guy. He's got those close set eyes, close set, deep set eyes with the full upper eyelids. So he's very nitpicky, meticulous, high standards, judgmental, very stubborn. Look at the flat across eyebrows. But he's a positive canthal tilt. So he's a little more not really a nice guy because he has that positive canthal tilt. So he's actually quite confident and driven, but very sensitive. Big inner face. Saturn face shape mostly, so very meticulous, hardworking, focused on his work. So when you look at the actual features, actually, it's small but widespread ears, independent yet easily influenced. But yeah, Star Platinum. What do I think about your ancestry? Mostly British. No wait. Yeah, British Irish. Name is Z. And then Avon Jogia. It's weird. He's like a long Jupiter. It's like Jupiter plus Mercury. Ringmaster archetype. Kind of like Zerka. Entertainer. Maybe Pluto, actually. Maybe like Jupiter plus Pluto. Interesting. Ears bulge in the upper third. Alright. And look at the face shape. This is the last one. I would say Saturn and Venus. Mostly Venus. Could be a Uranian element there, but it's hard to say. The face isn't like weirdly narrow enough to be a really solid Uranus, but yeah, mostly Saturnian, I think. So maybe slightly eccentric, slightly radical, that Uranian way. And then, yeah. So that's that. So, all right. A lot of stuff. This has been tough on my computer. All right. That is all. Abram, you still there?
Yep.
All right, we are almost at 3 hours. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Well, thank you everyone. It was fun. And
let's show everybody the shirts one more time since we're
yeah, sure.
Since we're closing down. Shirts and hats.
True.
A lot of different colors.
Many colors. Yeah. So like if you're a hot girl, you can get it in pink. Some colors we have up to 5XL, so we're very American exclusive.
Yeah, if you're a girl, you can only get the pink. You're not allowed to get the other colors.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's just a quirk of the website. The distributor
quirked up.
Using.
So yeah, we got these sweatshirts. So yeah, that is all. So, and yeah, so good. Kino.
It was a good stream.
Yeah, good productive stream. So, thank you all. Thank you everyone. Hope you have a great rest of your Saturday. Yeah, and it was fun. So thank you to everyone who hopped in. I really appreciate it. You guys are the greatest. Love all the support. And hope you have a great rest of your day.